Hi everyone, welcome you all. We already know what is the user story, what are the different characteristics, and what is the format of user story. In this video, I'd like to discuss about the advantages, disadvantages, and dysfunctions of an user story. Let us go to the advantages. So, when you think about the advantages, the first and foremost thing which comes to our mind is highest value delivery. When you use user story, what we do, we are focusing on immediate and small customer needs. Once we know what is the customer need, we are breaking it down, these user needs, into features or tasks and deliver immediately. And then we are prioritizing based on the user needs, what the business value it delivers, and what kind of risk it involves. For example, if and the customer needs is implementing online payment, so that is a customer need. So what we do, we will be breaking it down into into features or tasks, like it may be net banking, it may be credit card payment or debit card payment, or some wallet like Paytm or GPay. So we will be looking at it at these features and prioritize them based on what is the business value it will deliver, how soon this can be delivered. So basically the customer needs online online transaction, online money transfer. So as long as if we can give GPay or Paytm transaction, that will be fine, that will immediately solve customers need, because implementing credit card or debit card, it might take some time due to the complaints, due to the complaints, all other issues, all other things. So implementing GPay and Paytm will give immediate will satisfy the customer immediately. So we are able to deliver the value immediately as early as possible to the customer. So that's how the user story is defined. So it takes the small customer needs and try to break it down further and then prioritize it and deliver it. The next thing it comes to our mind is better collaboration. When you think about the better collaboration, so we are getting the user story from the customer, the product owner, the development team, and other stakeholders. So they will be discussing about the user story and what exactly the requirement, what is the need of the customer, what is the problem the customer is facing, and how we are going to deliver. So all these things will be discussed among the team members and then try to work on it. So this will give this, it opens the user story, opens the collaboration, it enables the collaboration among the team members. Next thing is brings user closer. So we know who is the user, because user story tells you who is the persona who is going to um, use this particular um, feature. So we know who is the user. So we will be able to when we know who's going to use, we will be able to think the user's perspective, as well as if needed we will be able to talk directly to the particular user and try to see what are the challenges, pain points, and what are all the different opportunities we will be able to give it to him. So when it opens a lot of discussion, and the development team, the person who is there to resolve the customer needs or is the users issues, he will be able to have better understanding what we are going to resolve. Building blocks of the product. User story is nothing but a small um, small block of a big product. So when we are delivering the user story, that means we are delivering the part of the product. So it is in the product is built incrementally every time whenever we are delivering a user story. So that means the part of the product is delivered incrementally. So when there is some change in the product, we will be able to change the direction by by modifying the user story, by understanding the customer needs, and accordingly we will be able to modify the user story. We will be able to work on building the product according to the change. So that means user story enables you to adapt the new change. Quick feedback. Once we have once we have developed the particular user story, immediately we will be able to verify whether our user story resolves the problem faced by the user by verifying with acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria helps us to verify that particular feature, and also we will be able to deliver that into we will be able to deliver to the user, and user can also immediately test and let us know what is the how much he is satisfied with that particular product. So this particular user story helps us to know the feedback quickly, instead of in the traditional way. When the product is getting when the product is getting developed, we will have to we will have to wait for at least till the end of the product development period, and then it will go for testing, and then it will be deployed into the product, and the feedback will we will be able to come to know the feedback only when the product is delivered into the production. But here we will be able to get the feedback immediately from the user. Transparency. The next and foremost thing is that the transparency. The transparency is maintained in all the level. If you take product backlog, everybody knows what all the things are available for the team to work on. If you look at sprint backlog, everybody knows what the team does, in which task the team is working on. So what is their sprint goal? They will be able to come to know. And also, due to the collaboration, due to the collaboration, everybody knows what exactly others are doing. Due to this discussion, what everybody will know that what is the customer expectation, and what is the team working on, and how the team has understood the requirement. Particularly the product owner knows very well that what the team is um, what the team is working on. At the same time, the development team also knows that what exactly the product owner expect from us. So in all the level, the transparency is completely maintained. Shared understanding. So due to the collaboration, due to the transparency level, it is maintained, and also the feedback from the user, or the feedback when we are verifying with the acceptance criteria, we know exactly what we need to deliver, what we are delivering it to the customer. So everybody knows, even the product owner knows what he is expecting from the team, and the development team also knows that what uh, um, what is a how much he is. The product owner also knows that how much the development team understood, and product owner, the team also knows, the development team also knows that what the product owner expects from the team. So this kind of understanding, as well as with the stakeholders, particularly stakeholders also knows that what the team is working on, when our particular feature will be delivered, so what is the plan for it. So this kind of, since this kind of shared understanding is there between among the team members, so they will be able to resolve the conflict immediately. Reduced risk. So due to all this, better collaboration, understanding the user needs by interacting with the user, getting the feedback quickly, and also the maintaining the transparency in all the level, and having a shared understanding of what everybody is doing, what exactly it's getting built. The risk of failure is completely reduced, particularly the financial risk or the communication risk, because team is communicating very well with everybody, with with all the team members. So the communication risk, financial risk, and other business risk, all this has been reduced due to all this. So user story has this many advantages as per my understanding. So let us move on to the disadvantages. When you take it as a disadvantage, there could be less focus on non-functional requirements, because the user story is mostly mostly focused on the functional requirement. As an user, I need I'm looking for the solution so that I can perform this. So the focus is on what the customer needs. For example, non-functional requirements means maybe the performance or user interface design. So instead of focusing on exactly on the performance issue, so what we will be doing, when we will be focusing on the user, what is his problem. So the focus is moved to the user, not to the performance related issues. So due to this reason, maybe the team may not look exactly what kind of the performance related solution has to be given, but they will be able to resolve what they will try to resolve what is the customer problem. So we need to be very careful when we are writing the user stories for non-functional requirements. The focus must be on the on non-functional requirement. Sorry for this. Incomplete requirements leads to different interpretation. When a user story is incompleted, the team assumes many things, and based on that they will start interpreting in different ways because they don't have proper requirement over there. Due to this different interpretation, team may not focus on one thing. Team may have different kind of interpretations. So that is another disadvantage. So another thing is that compliance needs. When there is a government compliance document or something, it cannot be expressed as the user story. So it has to be dealt in different way because the compliance needs are very big documentations. So user stories may not suit for it. Still, we will be able to achieve to some extent, but it is better to not to use the user story. Knowledge transfer. When Because user story opens lot of discussion, and they the development team understand by collaborating with everybody and understanding exactly what is the customer need and how we are going to give the solution for the particular user problem. So it all based on the discussion. So when a new joinee has come, or if someone else from the other team, if they look into the user story, they may not get proper understanding what our own development team has, because due to this collaboration our team might have got very good knowledge and very good understanding on what we are going to develop. So all so to make the other people understand, or to make the new joinee understands, so we need to have proper documentation for that. Next thing is dysfunctions. So what is dysfunction? Dysfunctions means what can go wrong when you are writing a user story. What can go wrong? Sometimes what will happen is user story can become a solution provider. Instead of talking about instead of talking about the user needs or the problem, user story may talk about what is the solution to be provided for that. So it can become solution provider, which has to be avoided. And then next is technical details. It might include a lot of technical details. What will happen is when the technical details are given, the team may not think out of box. Team will be always just follow whatever it is given, whatever the instructions has been given there. So whatever the technical details has been given, they will try to implement in that way. So there is no any creativity or invention would happen here. So it is better to avoid. No conversation. Sometimes user story may not have much conversation. They will have all the details in, there may be several documents and you will have all the details, but not as a open conversation. So everything is there in the document. The problem is the team has to read all of them and try to understand instead of discussing and trying to understand. When they discuss with other people, they will be able to understand very well than reading and document. So if there is no conversation, it is it is difficult for the team to understand what exactly the problem, and how we are, what is the expectation from our customer, and how we are going to resolve, what kind of solution we will be able to give for them. Is there anything can be invented, or anything can be creatively made for them. The next thing is no confirmation. For example, if there is no confirmation, like team has developed an application, and there is no way to confirm it, the acceptance criteria is not proper, then team will not get motivated. Team doesn't know what is the problem we are trying to solve, whether are we are we trying to resolve the problem correctly. So the team don't have any chance to verify that. The next thing is the technical story. So instead of being in a small story and open up the lot of collaboration, open up the lot of discussion, that these technical stories will involve some technical steps, something like update the database table with this particular value. Okay, these technical stories may not give any value to the customer. For example, user interface changes. Only user interface is not going to give any value to the customer. It has to be included with all the functions, all the functionalities, what exactly the problem the customer has, and while resolving, that user interface also has to be taken care. So it doesn't give you separately any value to the customer. So so even this has to be avoided. The next thing is no purpose. Without any purpose, there would be some kind of user stories. These user stories basically it is not you know going to resolve any kind of problem. Team will not have any motivation to solve this, because they don't know what we are going to solve. Without any purpose, this particular user story has to be developed, so the team will not get any motivation. So the user story must have the purpose, for what purpose we are developing this particular module, or developing this particular application. Then only team will have more focus, and also they will get the motivation to solve the problem. Thank you.